I love math, the way the path goes on the graph, power functions. Cause great discussion in the math class.
CVA Integrated Math 3 students, the struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. Don't give up. This is to navigate all of the slides in there, all helpful information, like if you need to turn in everything into one PDF file, top 5 mistakes, Khan Academy updates, or if you ever have to turn in late work. And Mr. Frank, it's that time.
It's time for game plans.
Week number 4, August 29th to September 2nd. September, wow! 2022, 8.2, 8.3, using statistical experiments and analyzing population data. Students will be able to compare theoretical and experimental probabilities on lesson 8.2, 8.3. We got our week at a glance, WAG number 4 here. Class meets every Wednesday, 1:30 to 2:15 through eCadence conferences. Just click on the conferences and you can join. If you have technical issues, let me know. It's getting better each week, and we've talked to each of those students who are having issues. Khan Academy, I've extended the time. It was going to be due this week or pretty much at the end of the month, but I chose to extend it to 9/9 Friday. You need 60 minutes. And then 3 weeks after that, the end of September, then you'll need another 60 minutes. I assigned a bunch of assignments. Remember, you don't need to do all of it. All you need to do is 60 learning minutes. This is an old video, but you can figure out how to count up your learning minutes, which is basically anything, videos, practice, stuff like that. Participation is 10% of your grade, and we need to have cameras on. I'll tell you why later. And thank you for those who have scheduled your 18.4, your interview one-on-one. It is mandatory for first semester. It's kind of worth like almost 2-3 weeks worth of work just to talk to me for 10 minutes. Remember, if you guys need to schedule to talk to me at any time, you can fill out this office hours learning lab time, and we'll get to connect. The official time is on Tuesdays, but remember, I've broken that time up. But I'm happy to meet with you anytime. Just reach out to me. Subscribe. It can raise your grade majorly. Why? Because you know what to do, and you can get this class bonus here. Dun, 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 dun. We've talked about academic intervention, guys. This is no fun. The first step is I have to reach out to your parents and get some verbal contact. Also, the new principal or coordinator for CVA, Mrs. Vasquez, says have your cameras on starting on our class on Wednesday, August 31st. I'll be writing down names who don't have their cameras on and setting it on over, so you don't want that. Hey, this Monday, September 5th, is Labor Day, this purple box here. And that means my next Week at a Glance video will come out on the 6th. Remember, every week you should be watching this on a Monday, so you at least know what to do for the whole week. Let's take our Week at a Glance. Our essential question is, how can you compare theoretical and experimental probabilities? So you're watching our Week at a Glance number 4. The discussion is going to open, so you can start on that discussion. And 8.2, so red goes through the Roy G. Biv or rainbow. They're all just the same worksheet, but I've color coded it, right? So now we're on worksheet module 8, lesson 2. This is example 1, 2, 3, 4. If you click on it, it's the same Google document, but each day I kind of prescribe. It doesn't mean I'm telling you you must do it, but I suggest, so you don't have to leave it all to the end. So let's look at 8.2. You're doing the red on one day. Click on this. This is the video. Sometimes I have in the header, so you might double click on the header, but the video will help you fill all of this out. And then 8.21, click on that. It's just the same video, but I think I timestamped it. And then most of the time when you're doing these, it's kind of like we do an example together like you do in class, right, with the teacher. And then you kind of do some practice on their own. But look here, directions. Always read the directions. I'm always allowing you to skip one problem unless you want extra work, but it's not extra credit. It's kind of like math. You just need more time to get things done. You can do that. Okay? All right. 8.22 and 8.23 are kind of together, so just do the example with me. and then it says you only have to do one example, either questions 4 or 5. Okay, Wednesday I'm going to see you guys. We have class. We do our reflection class. You only have 24 hours to complete that. I'll tell you what happens if you need to make up a missing assignment. And then 8.3, these are a little bit longer, so if you click on it, I'm suggesting do red and then orange and yellow. And if you want to get ahead, you can do green. So this is what it looks like. Here's red, about a page. Orange, here's our example that we do. And then you only need to do one more example. Yellow, same video, just timestamp, fast forwarded for you. And you're gonna need a graphing calculator. A couple of suggestions: if you don't have a graphing calculator, you can buy a new one, $100, $120. I don't use the Casio one, I use the TIs in here, and I'll show you guys a cheap way to get one. So if you don't want to buy a new one, ask your brother and sister, cousin if they have one. And then another suggestion is I use OfferUp. OfferUp is just buying from people locally used. You could probably get one for $20 to $40. TI 83s, doesn't have to be colored. There's green, and then I'll show you guys. Let me show you guys a calculator I recommend. So I use one called, it's spelled funny, Graph with the F and Calc 83. And so what it is it looks like this. And you'll see me use that on my iPad, iPhone, and I think it's for Android, but I would not pay for it. There's a bunch of them that are not paid for. I'll insert a photo right here. Alright, so I've also used this one here. This one's not bad. This one was free. This is for iPad or iOS, Apple. And you're looking for something like that. You can also, I'll put a link. These are ones that you can download for your computer that are free, but you have to be a little bit tech savvy in order to get them. But I'll put a link in there. Some alternatives. And then I'm gonna peek ahead next week. Monday, no school. You'll have your weekend at glance. I think you'll be done, but let's just say week 5. We're gonna take your first quiz probably on, we might even take it in class or be able to work on it together, or at least I'll show you how it opens. Yeah, we'll probably have to sign up for Elastic and then I'll open it. So we'll talk about, once I open the work or your assignments due, this will be like 8.0, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3 worksheet. This week, week number 5, I'll be opening an assignment so you can turn in your assignments. Does that make sense? You have a place to turn it in. It's kind of like been in your backpack, and I'm saying, now I want you to turn it in when you take your quiz. And then you'll have Khan Academy due that day. Alright, I wanted to show you guys what happens when you need to turn in late work. This would include the first assignments, unless you kind of enrolled into the class late. And then let's just say all of these are going to be due on that Friday, September 9th. And let's just say you're not ready to turn it all in. And let's just say you turn it on September 17th. Well, you're going to have to submit it through this thing called late work. There's some explanations and videos in there explaining, and the payment. Basically, you're going to create one of those cool commercials that I have. So I wanted to explain that. And the last thing I wanted to explain is if you go to links for today, slide number 12, eventually I'm going to have the class recording here. So for example, if you are somewhere like sick, dentist appointment, something, you'll have to watch the class recording. You're going to have to click on this absent assignment, fill it out, and send it back to me. There's directions and a video in there. And so that's what you're going to have to do anytime you miss class to get credit or for participation. And that's all I have for you guys. Struggling is not bad. It's strength for tomorrow. Don't give up. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
I love math, the way the path goes on the graph, power functions. Cause great discussion in the math class. Shall put no textbook before the math class. Functions real radical and very graphical. That's the way it goes in the math class. Some of the real bros.